Kia ora, everyone. Welcome to my broadcast. We got a new name there, Crypto Dynamic Viewer. My live broadcast, number 31, broadcasting from Auckland, New Zealand. And I'll be finishing off the part where Bex had left off, because these seem to be long scripts, which are quite hard to get through in the 30 minutes that you're allowed. Okay, so we'll go straight to sharing. One moment. Right, and on to education. And we go down to exceptions to the policy limitation of 100 TBC only. So I'll just go in there and finish off where Bex left off. And straight after that, we'll go into cash flow coaching again. Okay, where are we? Okay, she finished off at TBC was never meant to be a mission or personal gain only. And that's right. Its mission is to lift the world out of poverty, and I'll say the world because it's pretty much all the world that's in poverty. So that's what it's there for. We do want to raise all members up. In the end, worst case scenario, you will become a TBC millionaire. A simple transaction of 40 grains worth of Kringles will result in TBC millionaire status, and it doesn't get easier than that to become a millionaire. What I do find interesting is the notion that today you could do such a transaction and then immediately go through the redemption process, and out of sheer ignorance, some people think they should be able to cash it all in. Where do these people think the money is coming from? We are in the distribution phase, people. Movement in the millions such as that will only be available once a mature, full-blown TBC Kringle economy has been established. Think of the distribution phase like a condominium. Skyscraper being built and condos are being sold long before they are built. People literally are buying air at first. Maybe the foundation has been built and the people are buying condos on the 10th floor already. The 10th floor won't exist for at least another year. People feel like they are getting a bargain with their purchase, and they are not wrong. So I think I have cleared up a lot. Therefore, getting into the exceptions on the 100 TBC Cookie Rewards Limited, all exceptions relate to building up memberships in TBC. Let's look at how a member could even get to his 100 TBC limit in the first place. Okay, broadcasters certainly have the advantage here. Broadcasters get 1 million cookies for every send button meeting they view. they would have to view 10,000 meetings to hit the limit of 100 TBCs. Wow, it's a lot of meetings. Just a few years. Coins. That's not likely to ever happen. They also get 1 million cookies for every broadcast they do. In the game, it would take 10,000 broadcasts to hit the limit. So meetings and broadcasts are not going to ever reach that limit alone. Broadcasters do get 100 million cookies for each exchange of 40 grain, and it would cost about $10,000 worth of Kringles to hit the limit. I can see that happening in a few cases, but in principle, we don't want to exceed the 100 TBC limit based solely on large purchases. That was the main reason I wrote the previous article saying Cookie Rewards is not available for institutions. A basic millionaire member that doesn't broadcast gets 100,000 cookies for the same transaction. It would cost them $10 million worth of TBC to hit the limit. So far, these are not the ways members would even hit the limit. Builders that sponsor 100 new members get 1 billion cookies for each set of 100. So a big builder that signs up 1,000 new members could hit this limit. Unfortunately, scammers have swarmed around the TBC community, taking advantage wherever they can. In the last 2 redemption periods, all referrals counted towards Cookie Rewards, and email verification was all that was required. Have you noticed most of the recruiting services around TBC dried up and went away once membership was based on paid status and not just email verified? So that's very interesting. Each person you bring in has to show paid along with their usual email. So yeah, there you go. Edmund has seen a lot of obvious fraud coming from these recruiting services, and the change to the paid status corrected that situation. So if you have earned enough Cookie Rewards that exceeds the 100 TBC limit based on sign-ups and a send-in support ticket asking for an exception, they better be real referrals. Well, now, if you sign up over 1,000 paid referrals and ask for an exception, I can accept that and issue the addition TBC coins as deserving the reward. But if you try to scam admin by claiming all of your email verified non-paid signups are real, then you will need to prove it. Oh my gosh. Get them to become paid and have them complete their profiles. A true builder doesn't sign up people and immediately abandon them. Being a sponsor comes with responsibility to encourage their recruits to fully plug into the TBC community. We are turning people into millionaires and billionaires. For goodness sake, why wouldn't they want to fully plug in? I'm just going to say it. If you think you deserve to get more than 100 TBC coins, for a half asset job on your part, you are crazy. On the other hand, if you have carefully read the blog, I have shown you many ways to be a big builder, and you can get thousands of new members and paid status and plugged into the TBC community. For those kind of builders, I really don't have a limit for you. Ooh. Send in a support ticket and make your case. If you have clean paid referrals and they have completed their profiles, then you fit into the exception, and admin will reward you beyond limitation. Oh my gosh. Many of you run large meetings and have set up a good system to sign up thousands of people, or perhaps you have partnered with a number of merchants and they pass out your business cards. I could go along with that as long as you followed up with each that signed up. Some sales funnels could also produce thousands of paid referrals. So like I said, all exceptions relate to building up memberships into TBC. We will look at each situation on a case-by-case basis. This article will be required reading if you present a case to the help desk, and we will investigate. Honesty is the best policy. Wow. I think people need to read this blog all the way through from start to finish and read it a few times. Anyway, I want to jump over to cash flow. Because I think this cash flow is important. Okay, here we go. TBC leader Randy Wilson will be hosting the second Send Button live broadcast on Monday, such and such. If you do not have a Send Button on, sorry, I've got the wrong one. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, man. Are you cash flowing $500 to $1,000 a week consistently in TBC? At this time in TBC history, you are well ahead of the pack if you are having that kind of cash flow or better. Also, you possess the most valuable knowledge that is needed desperately inside of the TBC community, and you should turn the teachings of the knowledge into service and call it cash flow coaching. Essentially, this blog can provide its students the book smarts, but you have what is called street smarts. Members should be lining up to learn from you. On the other hand, you that are reading this blog right now, struggling to earn an income with TBC. Is that you? If that is the case, I hope this blog will connect you and our cash flow coaches together. Just don't expect getting that knowledge to be cheap and certainly not free. One of the biggest reasons for personal failure is the complete unwillingness to invest in oneself. Do you expect everything around you should be just free? True leaders never work for free. Yes, these leaders do give out plenty of free samples of what they have to offer. But in the end, if you want to get what they got, you will have to pay to get it, the full package. Free stuff will only take you so far. And that is really the difference between book smarts and street smarts. There we go. Okay. I have those street smarts and have a proven track record within many ventures of becoming a cash flow giant. But as I attempt to pass that know-how along to you here, I am handicapped to text only and in bite-sized pieces too. You need flesh and blood. You need a coach. You completely interact with to learn from them. You need to be willing to pay for your coach. In second and third world countries, $500 to $1,000 US a week income is what wealthy people earn. In first world countries, $500 to $1,000 a week is professional income, and you got some skill to earn it. But that is far from wealthy income in the first world country. TBC does offer unlimited income potential, and I don't want you to get the impression that $500 to $1,000 a week is always going to be the top side of our community. That just seems to be the current case in this historic moment as I examine our members and their transactions. So if you are cash flowing $500 to $1,000 a week, you should develop a TBC cash flow coaching service above and beyond partnerships. Partnerships are easy and cut and dry at 50-50 splits. Cash flow coaching is a game changer. I'll leave the structures of developing that up to your imagination. I do have some suggestions. Many of our broadcasts have over-delivered and consistently do over an hour a day. Consider keeping the free broadcast down 30 minutes a day and do the other 30 plus minutes as private content you can offer to just your subscribers that pay to see it and even interact within it. $10 a week per paid subscriber to have access to an ongoing library of your teachings by video would not be too much to ask. Setting up a website would naturally have to be part of delivering on that idea. Use part of the 30 minutes you give away as a free sample to convince your viewers of your cash flow skills and explain to them how they can pay for you to coach them. You can sell your time in one-on-one sessions. Don't overprice your time when you start selling it. By offering cash flow coaching, make it very affordable first. And over time, raise the price of your time to meet the high-end demand of it. Success breeds success. As you transact, you should interview those that have paid you on video and capture their reasons for doing business with you. Also, capture their success stories on video whenever one of your partners or students completes a transaction. Bring them on to your show and share the story behind that transaction. Here is an old true blue saying: facts tell, but stories sell. People tire quickly on long daily lectures. People are entertained when they watch others in a dialogue. Half of what you see on TV is just two people at a time having a dialogue. That works long term. Lectures burn people out, even if you're one that can deliver great monologues. Coaches should support other coaches on these broadcasts. Join each other on each other's shows and share your wins and success with each other in a dialogue on your shows. Yes, it is time for broadcasting campaign to grow up a bit now from where we started. The broadcasting campaign continues even though we are starting this cash flow campaign too. Here's where we are going now. Smart members of the TBC community will embrace the idea of purchasing cash flow coaching, and this will generate other revenue streams of income for those already doing good at daily cash flow. Duplication will naturally take over, and members at Cash Flow Inside TBC will grow by leaps and bounds. Soon every broadcast will be overflowing with dialogues of success stories. This will set the TBC community ablaze. Massive growth will come next. As you sell these services, feel free to make each TBC transaction. For example, if you wanted to charge $10 a week for exclusive content you produced, you could collect that as you wish in cash or Bitcoin or whatever, but you could return $10 in TBC to them and make the whole thing a TBC transaction, and your services become the icing on the transaction cake. Oh, but there's a drawback. The new wallet can't make even change on these type of small transactions. As I said before, this new wallet is not the last wallet we will develop. In the future, we will make a wallet that does small change. So just give 2 Kringle coins to cover a $10 transaction. I would not consider that as discounting the coin. That is just the right way to work with current technology we have at this time. I hope this is very clear. We do need to move forward, and we need all those cash flow kings and queens to come out and offer some awesome coaching programs now. Okay, just stop sharing. And trying to get back onto the live page. There you have it. We're obviously going to talk about cash flow coaching in a 24-hour rapid right up until the end of redemption, because that seems to be the way the community is growing right now. And there are in the TBC community around the world, they're just going hard out trying to build the community as quick as they can. And cash flow coaching. I've been going to Randy Wilson. I haven't been to any of the others, so I believe Dan Lutz does cash flow coaching. I think Bear Derek does another one, I think. And there's one more, but I can't quite remember his name, from South Africa. But yeah, if you want to do cash flow coaching, go to tbcrandy.com, check it out. It's only a small fee of $10 a week. And, the service is there. It's good service. You don't get left behind, and you don't get shy. Just ask all the questions, but, just a word of warning, don't ask too many questions, because you're paying him to train you. So just sit back and watch and relax and hear what Randy's got to say. Now, on that note, I'd like to thank all of those watching or who may watch. You notice we've got a new name down there, Crypto Dynamic Duo. So that's what you'll see myself under and my wife Bex. Have a good evening. We'll be on the same time tomorrow night, same channel. Remember, send button meetings go forward our time, New Zealand time, whereas used to be at 3 a.m. in the morning, New Zealand time, now goes to 4 a.m. in the morning. And that starts from Tuesday morning and then also on Wednesday morning.
Cash flow coaching goes forward.
Everything goes forward. Cash flow coaching. There's broadcasters meeting tomorrow, one of only per week. So they all obviously move forward. So thank you once again, and we'll see you same time tomorrow night, same channel. You have a good evening.